What's going on, Darren? Here on a Super Bowl Sunday break night. I'm sure everyone's hoping that this break will be a lot more entertaining than the Super Bowl was. Let's see who do we got here. We got Mike. We got Joe. Joe, you better be in the room. Magic box time. Well, something better go right tonight for at least for Chiefs fans. I guess everybody in Philly things could not have gone more right. I think this is like one of the best played games all around I've ever seen by a team. We have Brian going for Braden Montgomery tonight. What's going on, Jake? Our Caglione guy, Jake. Finally got his guy again tonight for the first time in a while. Where's my box cutter? We have 4 boxes to choose from tonight. Let me back them up so they're all on camera. We got Darren on bench tonight. Hearing good things about bench going into spring training. All right, let's see what we got. We got Anthony in the room looking for another huge Reggie Jackson. See if we can match that red. That would be crazy. And AU Templin. I feel like that's some kind of collegiate reference. I was hoping that he could snag Caglione, but after he saw it missing it was pretty pricey after you saw it missing. Yeah, I did post the Caglione one late by mistake. Actually, Jake pointed out that it wasn't listed, and I did not even realize I had about 3 minutes to get it listed before it had to go live 3 days before the auction started. All right, so we got 4 boxes to choose from here. I'll let you guys in the chat pick. So we have number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. First 3 numbers between 1 and 4 that you guys give me will be the boxes that we rip. Ooh, that was almost a successful onside kick by Katie. A pretty cool way of doing it, too. We got 1, we got 3, and we're going to go 2 or 4 for the last one. It was on a couple days ago, and it seemed every other card was Caglione. Yeah, that was 2 breaks ago. We hit 3 Caglione autographs, including an orange sapphire selection. Number 4, all right, for Joe and Jacob. So number 2 will go back into the wall, and we'll rip that one next week with a sapphire and 2 hobbies. I also am going to add a trivia question at the halfway point tonight. So we'll have 2 2023 Bowman hobby packs to give away in a trivia question. There will be 2 answers to the trivia question. So it'll be 1 question with 2 answers. Love a good McEwing reference from Darren. Let's see, what else? Am I missing anything? Oh, see if there's anybody who hasn't been paid for yet. And I know there are 3 people that were left over. So if anybody wants to add anybody to their lots for tonight, We have 3 leftover prospects for $3 total if anybody wants to grab them. And then let's see if there was anybody who has not been paid for yet. No. We are good to go. What's his name? Kurtz just got paid for like 5 minutes ago, I guess. I thought we might have had Kurtz to resell tonight, but he is squared away with June, and we are good to go. Mike grabbing the leftovers. Mike, you got it? So are we happy for the Eagles, or are there a bunch of Philly haters in the break tonight? I was kind of rooting for KC because of the whole Patrick Mahomes connection to the Mets from his dad. Always sort of been a fan, but not mad to see the Eagles win either. All right, and we should be good to go with that. Jacob, happy for Philly. Darren, I feel like a majority of the country was rooting for Philly. Gotta root for the underdog story. All right, let's take box number 1, 2, 3. Wait, I think I did it wrong. This was box number 3. So 2 should have slid out of the sides. So that was 2, and that was the one we're not opening. So we're going to go with box 1 first. Then we'll go 3 and 4 in that order. Yeah, definitely happy for Saquon. getting him out of New York into a good team. Good player like Saquon. It was a shame to see him stuck in the in that Giants organization. All right, here we go, guys. Good luck to everybody tonight. Hoping for a huge one on Super Bowl Sunday. And let's see what we can deliver. These are the last 4 boxes. So the 3 that we're opening and the one that we're going to open next week from my original Topps order. So our final release day shipment boxes that we'll have before we have to go into to reorder some. And we are off and running to start things off, skimming through the paper. We have a Zach Earhart as our first Chrome card, Ariel Armis, Nick McClain, Blake Larson, Carter Holton, Boston Bateman, Ryan Waldschmidt, our first round pick, Cam Smith, which means we got Caglione behind that. So Cags on the board in our first pack. We got the good first rounder run pack to start us off. Cam Caminiti, Ben Hess, Tyson Lewis, with Kyle Teal, Francisco Villarreal, Giovanni Rodriguez, Parker Smith, Connor Foley, Theron Lorenzo, Camilo Diaz, and Ashedri Vargas. No refractors, no autos in the top here. Braden Montgomery and James Tibbs inserts. Let's get our first hit sleeved up, and then we'll go to the bottom half of the pack. Let's see, what do we got going on in the chat? Happy for Saquon. Darren says, happy. Hope for a better game for sure. I'm totally dominant by the Eagles, which is fun to watch in terms of just watching a team execute. But yeah, did not make for a super entertaining game for sure. Would have hoped for a little bit more of a competitive match. All right, let's go right to our first auto of the night. And it's going to be a base auto to start us off. No color yet in the papers. We have Billy Amick, Cole Messina, Woody Hadeen, Eddie Reinards, Carter Matheson, Nate Dome, Luke Holman, Griffin Burkholder. There's Joe's guy Santucci getting on the board in pack number 2. Kellen Lindsay, Theo Geelan, first rounders, and Connor Griffin. We have refractors of Ariel Armis, Nick McLean, Blake Larson, Carter Holton, Boston Bateman. First rounder Ryan Waldschmidt, Cam Smith, and Caglione getting a refractor. So all those guys on the board twice already. And our first autograph of the night is shortstop JD Dix, first rounder on the base auto. Ryan Waldschmidt on the plasma power. So first autograph of the night is a base, but it is a first rounder. First rounder for the Diamondbacks. Supplemental pick. Yeah, that was the Corbin Carroll Rookie of the Year pick there, as we get some New York City sirens going on in the background for that base auto to start us off. So fun story of the night. I had the Santucci owner tonight, Joe, is one of my good college friends who I had no idea collected cards, and he had no idea I was a breaker until I saw his name on the order tonight. So we'll see what kind of Santucci's we can pull for him. Was that another touchdown out of nowhere for KC? What happened? Let's get the Waldschmidt and the Cam Smith in sleeves, and we're going to keep it moving. Gary needs Theo, Cam, and Messina. Well, couldn't be going much better for you then, Gary. We got Theo on the board, we got Cam on the board twice, and we have Messina on the board once. We have a refractor pack here. So I guess I went back-to-back auto packs. So it looks like we're going to get a refractor to $4.99 as our second auto. We have a Braylon Dowdy, Griff O'Farrell, supplemental first rounder, Bryce Rayner, Hagen Smith, Mike Sirota, Carson DiMartini, Rodney Green, Trey Snyder, Cody Shojanaga, Ethan Bagwell, Casey Sauke, and Cole Mathis. In refractors, we have Johnny King, Sam Antonacci, Herrick Hernandez, Nick Montgomery, Ryan Sloan, Jacob Cozart, JD Dix adding to his auto, Braden Montgomery getting a refractor, and the auto to $4.99 is third baseman Billy Amick. It is Billy Amick. 34 of $4.99 with the Christian Moore plasma power. So 2 autos on the board, and not a bad way to start. Billy Amick, I believe it's second rounder for the Twins. Yeah, second rounder, 60th overall, getting the refractor to $4.99. And we have been doing very well on our refractors so far in terms of hitting some big names, Montgomery and Caglione, as well as Waldschmidt, Cam Smith, and JD Dix all have refractors already in our first pack and a half. And the Super Bowl, oh, they recover the onside kick. That's why they're celebrating and saying it's over. How many, for anybody who has the stats up, how many yards did Travis Kelce end up with? I had him over 50, I believe, and I don't think he racked up enough to cover that. Funky Cole Messina on the board already tonight. Way under that. Yeah, I know. I think I saw him catch like 3 or 4 balls total, but none of them were for big yardage. So I figured that parlay was dead. We have Carter Johnson, Drew Beam, Dakota Jordan, Daniel Egan, Josh Caron, Randall Diaz, Brian Holiday, Ethan Schiefelbein, Ethan Anderson, Chris Cortez, Brandon Sproat, Zach Veen, Harry Ford, Walker Martin, Johnny Farmello, Nate Knowles, Jackson Wentworth, Adriel Rodney. We have Brian Holiday on the Speckle, number 9 of 200. And the Fuchsia Lunar Crater is Rodney Green, 72 of 125. Nick Kurtz and Jose Perdomo on the inserts. So a couple of numbered firsts getting on the board in this second pack. This is our first break since the Mets re-signed Pete. So exciting news for us Met fans. Got the polar bear back. For the most part, it always seemed like he was going to end up back with the Mets. There was that short period of time where him and Scott Boras decided to play the Blue Jays and pretend that they were interested, but he ends up back in New York, and we'll see what that means for players like Brett Beatty and whoever else would be dealt in some kind of a Beatty deal if the Mets try and get another piece like maybe Dylan Cease or Michael King. We have a Braylon Dowdy, Griffo Farrell again, Bryce Rayner, Hagen Smith, Mike Sirota, Carson DiMartini, Rodney Green, Trey Snyder, Cody Shojanaga, Deiber De Los Santos, Paulinho Santana, Josiah Romeo, Jackson Kent, Victor Hurtado, Felnine Celestin, George Lamar Jr., Jared Cerna. Few more interesting hits coming up here. Let's see what we have. Looks like 3 refractors behind the Cerna. A purple Cal Steven, 112 of 250. A green Rainer Arias, 81 of 99 on the true green. And a refractor Chase Burns. That is an in-tune refractor, numbered 75 of 250 for the number 2 overall pick, with another Burns and Santana behind that on the inserts. So the Chase Burns refractor to 250, a nice cool hit there on the in-tune. I think that's the second in-tune refractor we've hit. The first one might have been Bazana in our last break. That one was gold. Let's see. I didn't check the picks on this. Well, we know Holiday's not 9. Rodney Green, 72. No, 104th overall. So no draft pick serial number matches yet. Cal Steven, 112. I don't think he was 112 either. 59, second rounder for the Blue Jays. And I'm sure the streets of Philly are going crazy right now. And let's see what's going on in the chat now. Brian here. Brian, another Long Islander. Our Long Island numbers are growing. I'm originally a Long Islander, born in Ronkonkoma, raised in Smithtown. In the city now, I know Anthony, our Reggie Jackson guy's a Long Islander. Ooh, what's this going to be? Are we going to get an insert auto right after we got an insert refractor in the same pack? What do we have coming up here? Ethan Bagwell, Casey Sauke, Cole Mathis, Jared Thomas, Milwaukee first rounders, Blake Burke and Braylon Payne. Chase Burns getting a third card in 2 packs. Gage Miller, Ivan Luciano, Ryan Campos, Aaron Parker, AJ Causey. Back-to-back AJ Causeys on the refractor. Alexander Albertus, Ty Pete. More refractors. Nate Dome, Luke Holman, Griffin Burkholder. There's a Santucci refractor. Kellen Lindsay refractor. And it looks like we are going to get a refractor here. It's going to be 64 of 99 plasma power refractor of Cam Smith. Who was asking for Cam Smith before? Gary? Gary, your guy. Cam Smith, refractor to 99, plasma auto with a Matt Shaw plasma power behind that. I was lived in Ronkonkoma for a few years, born in Mineola. Not sure how my parents ended up picking a hospital in Mineola if they were living in Ronkonkoma, but that's how it went. The Burke and Payne combo is always a good one to have. If they're going to hit, they tend to hit together. So if you get one, you're going to get both. And Cam Smith having a good night so far with a refractor. There's some sirens in the background. Double insert hit pack there. That's a rare one. Double hits for Chase Burns. triple hits for Chase Burns in the last 2 packs. And let's sleeve up the rest of our hits from that pack. Kellen Lindsay on the refractor, Santucci. 2 on the board now for him. Nate Dome, Luke Holman, Griffin Burkholder, AJ Causey, and first round base of Blake Burke and Braylon Payne. Let's go to the top of this pack. Oh, Mike has Cam Smith. Gary has Cam Caminiti. Well, congratulations then, Mike. I see Lunar Glow Green here. And that is going to be the only hit in this one. We still don't have a numbered paper card. That's weird. Only a pack and a half left. Bryce Cunningham, Levi Sterling, Dante Nori, Phillies first rounder, Treya Savage, Christian Moore on the board for the first time in a base variation, Peyton Toll, John Spikerman, Nathan Flewelling, Nick Mitchell, James Tibbs, and Kalen Culpepper, Clark Candiati, Tanner Jones, Caden Dana, Yoandy Morales, Juan Baez, Davison De Los Santos, Colt Emerson, Mick Abel, and first pitcher, Clark Candiati getting double hits in this pack. Lunar Glow for Clark Candiati, Connor Griffin, and Aiden Miller inserts. Do we think Moore makes the Major League team this year? I know there's been some good stuff going around social media of Christian Moore in the offseason. I've been trying to keep track of who gets invited. What's it called? Non-roster invitees to spring training. But that list just gets so long that I can't remember off the top of my head if Christian Moore got the invite. I would assume he did. Let's see what our next auto is going to be. It's going to be our first base since pack 1. A couple of interesting hits in between. And we have a Chase Harlan starting off this pack. Casey Cook, Jamie Ferrer, Eli Serrano, Aiden May, Blake Wright, Travis Bazzana on the board for the first time. Cash Mayfield, Caleb Bonemer, Cal Steven, Josh Kuroda-Grauer, Johnny King. Refractors. I think we've already hit Nate Dome in a refractor, so he's on the board again. Luke Holman, Griffin Burkholder, Santucci again, Kellen Lindsay again, Theo Geelan, and Connor Griffin in refractors. Carter Johnson, and the next auto is pitcher Ben Hess. Bryce Eldridge, Plasma Power. So the Yankees first rounder on the board. So even in the 2 base autos that we've hit so far in this box, both first rounders. So there hasn't been a bad auto yet in this break. Carter Johnson starts us off with basically all first refractors there. I think it was all first refractors. Nate Dome, Luke Holman, Griffin Burkholder, another Santucci. 3 Santucci's on the board in the first box for you, Joe. Connor Griffin and Bazzana on the base. I was just looking at the A's Fangraphs top prospects, which was released in November, and they had Kurtz ranked above Jacob Wilson. I know people are high on Kurtz, but people were really high on Jacob Wilson. So I was shocked to see that ranking by Fangraphs. Is that consensus? I didn't really look anywhere else to see what else we have. Let's see. Let's slide this Cam Smith in action out since it's falling. And an Emil Morales in tune. We have a couple of hits in the back here. Are we not going to get a single paper refractor in this box? That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Sam Antonacci, Herrick Hernandez, Nick Montgomery, Ryan Sloan, Cozart, in chrome with J.D. Dix, Braden Montgomery, and Nick Kurtz. Behind that, Dylan Dreeling, Brandon Neely, Brooks Auger, Vladdy Guerrero, Ethan Salas, Matt Shaw, Luis Baez, Alexander Albertus, Ty Pete, Yoendry Vargas, True Blue, pitcher first. Is it Savage? No, it's another Ben Hess hit. Big Ben Hess night, 133 of 150 on the True Blue, and Yoendry Vargas on the Fuchsia Lunar Crater, 103 of 199. Who has Ben Hess tonight? Big Ben Hess night in box number 1. Let's see. AU Templin needs some Paulinho Santana, Kellen Lindsay. There's Connor. Well, Connor was in the last pack, right? The Connor refractor. Or Zaire. So we got a little start there for you with Kellen Lindsay hitting a couple refractors and Connor Griffin getting the refractor in the last one. Let's put those two Ben Hesses on the stand together. Emil Morales and Cam Smith inserts. And then our 3 first rounders, J.D. Dix, Braden Montgomery, and Nick Kurtz. And we'll have one more bottom pack. I'm assuming they didn't do the MVP award yet. I guess Hertz wins the MVP, although I feel like the defense as a whole deserves as much credit as Jalen Hurts does, but I just don't know if you could give it to one player. We have maybe our biggest auto of this box coming with a Blue Wave auto coming up here. We finally get color in the papers with an Alexander Albertus Sky Blue paper. Not huge on the paper in box number 1. Fenwick Trimble starts off the chromes. Ty Southacene, Geronda Berry, Ryan Johnson, Titus Sissel for Meb, Hunter Cranton. There's Seaver King on the board for the first time, along with Carson Bench for Darren and Brody Brecht. Bryce McCage, Josh Hartle, Kavaris Tears, refractor of Kalen Culpepper, Chase Harlan, Casey Cook, Jamie Ferrer, Eli Serrano, Aiden May, Blake Wright, Tyson Neighbors, and the blue auto is upside down. It's a Blue Wave pitcher, Johnny King. Little color match there with the Tampa Bay hat, 18 of 150. Jack Caglione getting the plasma power. So probably the smallest chase out of any of the autos we hit. 3rd round pitcher there for the Blue Jays, Johnny King on the Blue Wave color match. But overall, it was a pretty decent first box in terms of hitting the right kind of autos. I'm going to finish sleeving up these hits from that last pack. I'll shift some cards over to make space, and then we'll go into box number 2. Let's see. Kaboom saying needs some Bazanas. Yeah, slow start for Bazana so far with just the 1 base chrome in our first box. Plenty of time left, though. Let's see. I think I will do the trivia next before we get into the next box, too. Should I do the trivia now, or should I keep it until between box 2 and 3? Orange is fine, but he's not greedy, says Kaboom. And Meb says, I'd ask for something other than orange. Man, I cannot believe the final score of this Super Bowl. Although, I guess they made it look respectable at the end with those garbage time points, but still crazy. Wait, are there really no oranges in this? Are oranges only hobby again in draft? Why do I feel like I've seen orange in here? Maybe that's just in my head. I know typically orange is for hobby. All right, let's see. Kaboom saying any ink is fine for Bazana then? I guess Topps' strategy was to release Topps Chrome Football as close as possible to the Super Bowl, since that's releasing next Wednesday. I was actually able to get a half a case of hobby boxes in the live sale, so I will be doing a player break, half case hobby box player break of Topps Chrome Football, the first Topps Chrome in 20 years? Is it since the last Topps Chrome release? Time for a Tibbs auto for Lucas. Let's see. I have been on fire with Bazana. It's been a little bit cooler lately, but we started off extremely hot with Bazana. So still the same cases that we've been opening up since release day. So we'll see if Bazana can stay hot for the rest of the night tonight. Little color match. Well, if the orange being in jumbo boxes is true, then it would be hard to get an orange color match for Tibbs tonight. Is there a black that we could pull in this product? All right, we're going bottom pack first, and we're going to get a base auto first. And we're going to get a sky blue Leo DeVries to start us off here. So color on paper in the first pack, 103 of 499 for the number one overall international signee from last year. Braylon Dowdy starts off the Chromes with Griff O'Farrell, Bryce Rayner, and Hagen Smith following up behind him. Mike Sirota, DeMartini, Rodney Green, Trey Snyder, Cody Shojanaga, Ethan Bagwell, Casey Sauke, Cole Mathis. Refractors of Perdomo, Aiden Major, LP Langevin, Chandler Welch, Leo DeVries having a nice pack here. Beline Brazaban, Sebastian Walcott, Tink Hence. And our first auto of this box is another Yankee pitcher, Bryce Cunningham this time. Jack Caglione on the Plasma Power, and I believe back-to-back packs, that is. I thought we were going to have another crazy night where we keep hitting the same person over and over again, but we get a Bryce Cunningham on our first autograph here after the Ben Hess was in the last box. DeVries, Major, and Langevin and Welch getting refractors in that first pack with the first round run of O'Farrell, Rayner, and Hagen Smith. I guess that was that Jalen Hurts just getting the MVP honors? I feel like Hurts had a look on his face at the beginning of the game during the national anthem, like he was going to take this. We have True Blue and a Lunar Fuchsia Crater coming up. Fuchsia Lunar Crater? Teal Lunar Crater. Carter Johnson, Chrome, Drew Beam, Dakota Jordan, Daniel Egan, Josh Caron, Randall Diaz, Brian Holiday, Ethan Schiefelbein, Ethan Anderson, Chris Cortez, Harry Ford, Walker Martin, Johnny Farmello, Nate Knowles, Jackson Wentworth, Adriel Rodney, Max Clark, Josue De Paula, and back to our hits. It's a first and maybe a Met pitcher. Oh, Nate Dome, number 93 of 150 on the Mets color match there, and Cody Shojanaga, 42 of 125 on the Aqua Lunar Crater. Connor Griffin in action and Hagen Smith in tune. Shojanaga, let's see, 42 of 125 for the sixth rounder for the Phillies. So we got the wrong Met and the wrong Philly. Nate Dome, 93 of 125 for the 82nd overall pick, third rounder. Lucas says gold's cool then. All right, we'll see if we can make that happen. We got 50 shots at that at least. Let's continue on. Let's see. Meb saying, I've been out in news. How long was the Panda deal? The Panda deal? The Polar deal? The Pete deal, if that's what we're talking about, was 1 year with a player option for a second year. So definitely an interesting contract there for Pete. I kind of love it because it doesn't take us out of the Vladdy market necessarily. And if he declines that player option, that probably means that he had an incredible season this year. So good for him and good for us. Jared Thomas starting off this pack with a Blake Burke and Braylon Payne and Chase Burns. Gage Miller, Ivan Luciano, Ryan Campos, Aaron Parker, AJ Causey, Bryce Cunningham, Levi Sterling, Dante Nori, and no Treya Savage. Arjun Namala, Zaire Hope. There we go. Zaire Hope on the board for the first time. Brock Porter, Dalton Rushing, Luis Guanipa, Samuel Basayo, Vladimir Asensio, and Jose Perdomo with Braden Montgomery and Seaver King on the inserts. First time on the board for Zaire Hope. Second time for Dante Nori. Bunch of different Chase Burns variations on the board already. And Blake Burke and Braylon Payne. And it's time for me to grab a new pack of penny sleeves. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It's a 2-year contract worth $54 million, I believe. So Boris did at least get him $30 million for the upcoming season. So in a way, Boris didn't do that badly for his client. Looks like we have a refractor to 499 auto coming up here. Let's see, Treya Savage. There we go. Thought we might have had one coming up of him after we got that last Dante Nori. There's another Christian Moore base, Peyton Toll, John Spikerman, Nathan Flewelling, Nick Mitchell. There's James Tibbs in a base with Kalen Culpepper, Chase Harlan, Casey Cook, Jamie Ferrer, Eli Serrano, refractor of Yolian Cespedes, Enrique Bradfield Jr., Braylon Morrell, Byron Churio, Roman Anthony, Shen-Ang Lin, Emil Morales, Griffin Herring, and Kellen Lindsay. Somebody asked me about Kellen Lindsay before. Refractor auto of Kellen Lindsay with Orion Waldschmidt Plasma Power. Who said Kellen Lindsay before? That was A.U. Templin. 197 of 499 there on the refractor auto for the Dodgers first round shortstop. Let's get that one up in the display. I'll take the Chase Burns down for now. We'll keep the Cam Smith. No, we'll move the Billy Amick over and get this Kellen Lindsay there in the middle. Let's see, those are all on screen. Yeah, so I think that it obviously isn't the 7 years, 150 million that Pete had on the table last year, but considering he had such an off year last year, the fact that he'll now come back in a lineup where he's protected behind Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto with Vientos and Nimmo behind him, it may be a good move by Pete just to take that 2-year deal with the one-year player option and check the market again next year. I don't hate it as a Met fan. I don't know how Pete feels, but let's see. We have a Lunar Glow coming up here. Still just that two sky blue papers. Ariel Armis, Nick McLean, Blake Larson, Carter Holton, Boston Bateman, Ryan Waldschmidt, Cam Smith, and Jack Caglione, Cam Caminiti, Ben Hess, Tyson Lewis, Giovanni Rodriguez, Parker Smith, Connor Foley, Thayron Lorenzo, Camilo Diaz, Ashedri Vargas, Brandon Sproat, Zach Veen, Augustin Ramirez, the ex-Yankee. On the Lunar Glow, Connor Griffin and Dylan Cruz in tune. Couple to top load, bunch to sleeve up out of that big run of first rounders that we get in that pack. Whenever Ryan Waldschmidt leads us off, we know good things are coming. ESPN or something. Let's make that happen. And let's see, is this the 8th autograph of the night? Lowest numbered so far was the Blue Wave Johnny King. Let's see if we can get something to rival that. We're going to get an Aqua coming up here. Usually Aqua Lava, I'm pretty sure, the autos. We have a Billy Amick, Funky Cole Messina, Woody Hadeen, Eddie Reinertz, Carter Matheson, Nate Dome, Luke Holman, Griffin Burkholder, another Santucci, and Kellen Lindsay, Theo Geelin, and Connor Griffin. Refractors of Josue DePaula, Arjun Namala, Zaire Hope. All of a sudden, we're hitting everything for AU Templin. Brock Porter, Dalton Rushing, Luis Guanipa, Samuel Basayo, Vladimir Asensio, and it is Teal Wave outfielder Carson Benj. Where is Darren? Was it Darren that had him tonight? Number 69 of 199 on the serial number of Benj with the Bryce Eldridge behind that. This is a nice one for the Mets first rounder. I think this might be the best Carson Benj we've pulled yet. Congrats, Darren. Getting the Mets first round outfield prospect. Let's see. That one has to go in the middle here. Got to be the biggest hit of the night so far, and the biggest Carson Benj hit I've pulled. Make it a Mets night. Don't hate that. Let's see. I'll keep the Billy Amick up here if I can fit it in the back over there. Let's see. No glare. Looking good. And we have our big hit of the night so far. Theo Geelin and Kellen Lindsay. Kellen Lindsay having a night so far. Refractor auto. At least, I think 2 refractors and at least 2 base on the board for him. Let's go top half first. Centering looks good. Looks really good. Left to right. Top to bottom, maybe close to 60-40. Got another refractor coming up here on an insert. Yeah, the top to bottom centering might be close to not hitting a 10 on the bench. Let me take a closer look at that. Maybe that's still a 10 on the top to bottom. I don't have a grader's eye, but it looks close at least to me. Nick Montgomery, Ryan Sloan, Jacob Cozart, J.D. Dix, Braden Montgomery, and Nick Kurtz, Dylan Drilling, Brandon Neely, Fenwick Trimble. That actually reminds me, somebody sent me a photo of Topps requirement. PSA's requirements for a 10, and it said that it's 45-55. And we weren't sure if that was a new thing or if it was always 45-55. We were thinking it might have used to have been 40-60 on the centering. Let me know if you guys have any insight on that. We have an Ethan Salas, Matt Shaw, Luis Baez, Alexander Albertus, Ty Pete, Yoandre Vargas, Kyle Teal, Francisco Villarreal. We have a Brandon Neely purple, number 17 of 250. We have a Camilo Diaz, Fuchsia Lunar Crater, 66 of 199, and another insert. We have a Walker Jenkins. Have not said his name many times tonight. In-tune refractor of Walker Jenkins, 83 of 250. Chase Burns, Jack Caglione getting the inserts behind that. Let's get that Walker Jenkins in a top loader. Triple refractor pack there. It's a new change, so they made their requirements tougher. Centering, I don't hate that. I do think that population controlling the PSA 10s is probably a good long-term thing for the hobby. So I don't hate making it a little bit tighter on the borders. I didn't realize that the borders on the back of the card were much more they were much less strict on. I think the back centering only has to be like 70-30 if I remember correctly. I would have assumed it was the same front and back. All right, see our next auto. I had always heard, Darren says he had always heard 60-40. So it seems like that is a change, which is crap. How can they change the hobby standards, right? So that means there's going to be 30 years of cards with 60-40 centering that are PSA 10s, and now all of a sudden they're going to be tougher. We're going to have a base auto. I mean, like I said, I do like it for population control of 10s, but it is a little bit of a strange situation now, having that standard change suddenly. We have a Ty Southacene, Geronda Berry, Ryan Johnson, Titus Sissel, Hunter Cratton, Seaver King, Carson Benj, Brody Brecht, Bryce McCage, Josh Hartle, Kavaris Tears, Zach Earhart. Our refractors are Zach Veen, Harry Ford, Walker Martin, Johnny Farmello, Nate Knowles, Jackson Wentworth, Adriel Rodney, Max Clark, and our auto is another Johnny King with a Matt Shaw Plasma Power. So we do have another night where we get two autographs of the same player. Johnny King getting the blue wave auto and the base auto. One in each box so far tonight. Seaver King, Carson Benj. Benj having a really nice night for Darren. Brody Brecht. And one more pack left in box number 2. Then we'll shift over some cards again and go into our final box of the night. Oh, and I forgot to do the trivia, so I'll do the trivia after this pack. Still only sky blues on the paper so far tonight. All sky blues. Nothing lower number than 499. Titus Sissel again, Hunter Cratton. We're going to have another one of these packs. Seaver King, Carson Benj, Brody Brecht, Bryce McCage, Josh Hartle, Kavaris Tears, Zach Earhart, Ariel Armis, Nick McLean, Blake Larson, Enrique Bradfield Jr., Braylon Moore, Byron Churio, Roman Anthony, Shen-Eng Lin, Emil Morales, Griffin Herring, Grant Shepardson, Christian Moore in action, and Chase Burns in tune. Man, we've got a lot of Chase Burns inserts tonight. What it means to the city of Philly, all you have to do is show the streets of Philadelphia right now, and I'm sure it'll be very, very evident what it means to the city of Philly. Let's see. What were the good things you heard on Benj? It wasn't anything specific other than his place in the prospect rankings in a bunch of different rankings I've seen. And I saw, there's the streets of Philly. I saw him already ranked top 100 in a couple of rankings. Looks like we're going to have an in-action auto here, and that might be red, guys. You know what? I think I showed enough of it that I know what it is, so I'm going to go right to it. I think that might be a Felny and Celestin red in action. It is serial number 1 of 5. Felny and Celestin red in action insert. Autograph there. Connor Griffin on the Plasma Power behind that. That is quite an interesting hit, and thank God that The hanger is in good condition on this one. Number 1 of 5. It better be in good condition. That is a heck of a hit for the Felny and Celestin spot, which I believe this is the only potential autograph card in the entire set for Felny and Celestin. So that is very cool. Let's slide the JD Dix auto over to the side, and we'll put this Felny and Celestin up there in the middle. Always love a serial number 1 of 5 to add in the break. Been a good one so far. We were due for a nice low numbered autograph, and we got the Benj, and now we got a Celestin red, and we got another sky blue Dowell Joseph, number 275 of 499. Chrome, we have Carter Holton, Boston Bateman, and then we have Ryan Waldschmidt, Cam Smith, and Jack Caglione. Cam Caminiti, Ben Hess, Tyson Lewis, Billy Amick, Cole Messina, Woody Hadeen, Eddie Reinards, and refractors, Rainer Arias, Rhett Lauder, Aiden Miller, Eduardo Herrera, Dowell Joseph, Fernando Cruz, Chase Alsop, and Michael Massey. I think it's the first time I've said either of their names tonight. So let's sleeve these up, and then I will do the trivia next. Everybody get your keyboards ready. There's going to be 2 answers to the trivia question. Each person that gets the answer first for either the number 1 or the worst team in this list will win a 2023 Bowman Hobby Pack. And let's see, for everybody who is joining that trivia, answer in the chat with your answers. You only have to give 1 correct answer. So don't go crazy typing 2 team names out. Just get your 1 in and try and get it first. So the question is, in the last 10 years, what team's draft picks have the highest WAR and the lowest WAR? So what team's draft picks at the major league level have provided the highest wins above replacement and the lowest wins above replacement? Ooh, Cody, getting it quick. That is Houston is the correct answer for the most. Cody getting that. A's is not correct. Baltimore and Miami, neither of those are correct. Royals are not correct. Dodgers, Padres, Cleveland, no. Rangers, no. St. Louis, Meb. I was thinking you were going to end up getting that one before anybody else, Meb. I thought you might have got that right away. The Rockies, by far the lowest WAR of any team for their draft picks. So Meb will get a pack, and Cody will get a pack. Let me just write that down, and then we will shift some cards over and get to box number 3 of the night. Pack to Meb and pack to Cody. Not the Mets, Joe, not the Mets. Where did we rank? See if I can pull this list up quickly. I'll try and remember to pull it up at the end. Joe can't hear us, so he has no idea what he's guessing right now. All right, shifting some cards over. Meb saying knows a few kids picked by the Rockies. Congrats, Cody and Meb. Let's see. They are raffling off a Corvette, says Anthony. Sadly, Joe missed out on the Corvette. All right, and we are into the final box of the night. Hasn't been I would say it's been in the top 40% of our breaks so far. Still have a third of it to go, so let's see if we can bump that up even further. Been consistent, have some nice ink on the board with the Ben Hess, Cal Lindsay, Felny and Celis in red, Carson Benj, and Cam Smith, and JD Dix. So if there's any quality in this last box, then I would say this should easily get into the top third of our breaks so far this year. One more big hit, maybe we could even get it in the top 25 or 10% of the of our breaks so far this year. Let's see. Darren says still found a lot of info on the value of that Kurtz lottery ball. I know. I think the CAGs was pulled recently. But I still, I haven't really heard anything value-wise what those are going to go for. I did hear that Ken Golden is asking for redemption specifically for some reason. So if that's something that interests you, then that's a thing that's happening. I think he said he would pay some kind of crazy percentage just to get a bunch of really good redemptions. I don't know if he decided for some reason he wants to do a crazy redemption auction night. All right, but let's get into this last box, starting off with a Ty Southacene, Jerron DeBerry, Ryan Johnson, Titus Sissel, Hunter Cranton, and the trio again of Seaver King, Carson Benj, and Brody Brecht, Bryce McCage, Ryan Harvey, Luke Keeschel, Walker Jenkins, Pablo Guerrero, Adolfo Sanchez, Charlie B. Ellenson, Gage Zeal, and Ryan Clifford. We have a trio of hits back here too. Greengrass, Purple, and Lunar Glow. The purple is Fenwick Trimble, number 177 of 250. The Lunar Glow is Brock Wilkin. And the green grass is another Marlin, Aiden May, number 64 of 99, with a Bryce Rayner and Leo DeVries insert in the back. What do we think happens to Jalen Hurts' hobby value now? There's the green grass Aiden May. There's the purple Fenwick Trimble. That 2020 draft class. This is the first Super Bowl win for any quarterback in that 2020 draft class, right? We had Burrow made it to the Super Bowl but didn't win. Hurts, this is his second Super Bowl. Finally got the win. No Tua, no Herbert, no Love yet getting Super Bowls. Hard to see Tua ever getting a Super Bowl, unfortunately. The Burns lottery ball's been pulled as well. Yeah, I think I saw that one also. Let's see what our first auto of box number 3 is. It's going to be color. We got purple. We got another sky blue paper. Seems to be the theme tonight. LP Langevin, number 34 of 499. We have a Josh Hartle, Kavaris Tears, Zach Erhard, Ariel Armis, Nick McLean, Blake Larson, Carter Holton, Boston Bateman, Wald Schmidt, Cam Smith, and Caglione. I think that's the 4th time for those guys. Cam Caminiti, Refractor of Trey Savage and Christian Moore, Peyton Toll, John Spikerman, Nathan Flewelling, Nick Mitchell. There's a James Tibbs Refractor, Kalen Culpepper refractor, and the purple auto is Hagen Smith. That might be the first Hagen Smith auto I've pulled. Little bit off center, left to right. Tibbs Plasma Power behind that. Might be like a 70-30 off center on that Hagen Smith. So not likely to PSA 10. I don't know that it would be bad enough that Topps would replace that one, but might be worth checking on the centering on that fifth overall pick, Hagen Smith on the purple auto. So the really nice night is continuing. Let's see. I'm going to have to take the Billy Amick refractor auto down now. We'll move the Ben Hess over. We'll put the Hagen's. Actually, I'll put the Cam Smith, since it's an insert, down on the side. And we'll get that Hagen Smith purple auto up on the screen. Mebsang calling Seaver King. Do you have Seaver King tonight, or we just keep seeing him over and over? Langevin and Caglione. That was a heck of a first pack there. Kalen Culpepper and Tibbs getting refractors. Peyton Toll, Spikerman, Llewellyn, Nick Mitchell refractor. Treya Savage, a first-round refractor. Cam Caminiti base. Cam Smith and Ryan Waldschmidt base. We are certainly loading up on the first rounders tonight. And let's get the top loaders out for our hits. Caglione again. Haven't had a big Caglione hit, but we have consistently hit for him tonight. So chance to grade out on this one with all of these base Cagliones that we've pulled. Christian Moore on the refractor, and we have 4 more packs left tonight. Let's see. You took a flyer on Seaver King tonight. I think we had a 2 auto break last week for Seaver King, so it wasn't a bad play to see if we stayed hot on King tonight. Running out of packs, says Gary. You're the Cam Caminiti guy. Looks like we have a Lunar Glow here. Well, we have said Cam Caminiti's name plenty of times tonight, just nothing numbered yet. Caleb Bonemer, Cal Steven, Carota Grauer, Johnny King, Sam Antonacci, Herrick Hernandez, Nick Montgomery, Ryan Sloan, Jacob Cozart, JD Dix, Braden Montgomery. We should have a Kurtz coming up in one of the other packs, I would assume. Luis Guinipa, Samuel Basayo, Vladimir Asensio, Jose Perdomo, Aiden Major, LP Langevin, Chandler Welch, and Leo DeVries. Ryan Clifford on the Lunar Glow, Caglione and Aiden Miller on the inserts. And let's see our second auto of this third box. See what we could get after the 5th overall pick in the draft. Got a purple auto in pack 1. We're going to get a base. Seems fair. That averages us out. Can't talk. There's the Nick Kurtz that I was thinking was going to show up. Dylan Dreeling, Brendan Neely, Fenwick Trimble, Ty Southacene, DeBerry, Ryan Johnson, Sissel, Cranton, Moore, Seaver King, Carson Benj, and Brody Brecht. Refractors, Moore, Holman, Burkholder, Santucci, Kellen Lindsay. I think it's the 3rd refractor of all of these guys. Lindsay, Geelan, and Connor Griffin. Carter Johnson, Drew Beam, and the base auto is going to be outfielder Eli Serrano, another Met hit. Bryce Rayner on the Plasma Power. So Mets outfield draft pick Eli Serrano getting the base autograph after Hagen Smith got the first one in this box. The 111th overall pick. Eli Serrano, a lot to sleeve up from this pack, starting with the refractors of Drew Beam, Carter Johnson, Kellen Lindsay, Kellen Lindsay having some kind of a night. Theo Geelan. Seaver King. Carson Bench having a nice night. Brody Brecht. I was actually looking at the Astros prospect rankings from like 2 years ago, because I wanted to see where Zach DeZenzo was 2 years ago. And I was scrolling through their top 30, and that list looked really good. And that was before I saw that F4 stat about how good they tend to be at drafting players that have success at the major league level. But the number of players that they had in their top 30 that 2 years ago that already have major league experience now is pretty impressive. So it's definitely true that they draft well. We have a gold, or is that yellow or gold coming up here, and a fuchsia lunar crater. So potential for 2 nice hits coming up. Yeah, just the one Bazana, considering we've hit so many people so many times. Bryce McCage, Josh Hartle, Kavaris Tears, Zach Earhart, Ariel Armis, Nick McLean, Blake Larson, Carter Holton, Boston Bateman, the names that we've been saying all night, it seems like. Waldschmidt, again, Berlin Brazaban, Sebastian Walcott, Tankens, Julian Cespedes, Enrique Bradfield Jr., Braylon Morrell, Byron Churio, Roman Anthony, golds of Chase Burns, like 90-10 off center, and serial number 1. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. They have to replace that. That is a monster Chase Burns hit that Topps has to replace. Serial number 1 of 50 should not be 90-10 off center. Awesome hit, and whoever has the burn spot tonight, I stay in touch, and I really hope to hear that they replace that card. Shedry Vargas, 61 of 199 on the Fuchsia Lunar Crater. Christian Moore and Emil Morales on the inserts. They have to replace that. If there's anything that Topps is going to replace, a gold serial number 1 of 50 of the second overall pick, that has to be fixed. Let's see. Still got to put that up on the display as one of our top hits. I think I got to take down the JD Dix and put that Chase Burns up there. Sleeve up the Ryan Waldschmidt, and if the Hagen Smith and the Chase Burns were both centered, I would say this is now in the top 25% of our breaks for this release. Assuming that they're both going to get replaced by Topps, I think we call this a top 25 break. We have a Cam Smith and another Jack Caglione. I think that's the 5th time we've said their names. Cam Caminiti, Ben Hess, Tyson Lewis, Billy Amick, Cole Messina, Woody Hadeen, Eddie Reinards, Carter Matheson, Nate Dome, and Luke Holman. Refractors, we have Dakota Jordan, Daniel Egan, Josh Caron, Randall Diaz, Brian Holiday, Ethan Schiefelbein, Ethan Anderson, Chris Cortez, and refractor auto outfielder Casey Sauke, 455 of 499 with a Seaver King plasma power. So we have 2 more autos to go. Centering looks really good on the refractor to 499 of Casey Sauke, at least. 207, 107 there on the on his draft pick. So I can send you with a wrapper. I don't think that they require the wrapper anymore, though, Guy, or the UPC. But I will send it to you. But I think the way that they do their system now, all you have to do is actually you may need to have proof of purchase. So maybe since you won't have the order number, then the UPC will work. But if you do need an order number, I can provide that also. Just threw a pack aside for you, and I will cut out the UPC as well. And we'll count out the hits at the end of this, but I'm pretty sure that's 5 Cagliones. All right, 2 more packs left. 2 more autos left. What are we gonna have here? Ooh, triple hitter again. It looks like another insert refractor as well. Last time I sent in a replacement request, didn't have to do a UPC. Yeah, I don't think you have to. Aaron Parker on Chrome, AJ Causey, Bryce Cunningham, Levi Sterling, Dante Nori, Entreya Savage, Christian Moore, Peyton Toll, John Spikerman, Jackson Wentworth, Adriel Rodney, Max Clark, Josue DePaula, Arjun Namala. There's another Zaire Hope, Brock Porter, Dalton Rushing. The triple hits here. We have a purple first shortstop. Is it Seaver King? No, Ty Southacene. Number 174 of 250 on the Southacene. We have a Drew Beam behind that. That is number 71 of 125 there. And it looks like a green. Is that Plasma Power? Yeah, green Plasma Power coming up here. That is 51 of 99. Of that one is Seaver King. That is a really cool looking card. Little Christmas color green and red there on that Seaver King green Plasma Power. James Tibbs in action and Paulinho Santana in tune. Another very interesting pack there. Loading up on some more nice hits. Am I already into? Wow, we've used a lot of top loaders for this. I'm opening up my 4th pack of top loaders right now. We're going up towards 100 top loaders for this one. Kalen Culpepper. We have at least a refractor of Kalen Culpepper. Nothing numbered though. We have said his name a few times though, so plenty, at least a few base and a refractor that I can remember. At least a couple base and a refractor that I can remember. No football until the fall. Crazy to think that already the season's over. Really nice Seaver King there for you, Meb. Another season through. All right, second to last auto. If we get something low numbered here, I'm gonna put it to the back, and I'm gonna put it down, and we'll save it towards the end. But blue wave. Let's put this one here. So we are gonna get at least one more blue wave auto. Let's see a major hit to the end. We're gonna see if we can do that. We're gonna see what that blue wave auto is at the very end of this one. Can we get any more refractors here? No. Can we get any paper refractors? No. We have a Chrome, Griffin Burkholder, Jonathan Santucci. More of these guys. Keep hitting. Kellen Lindsay, Theo Geelan, and Connor Griffin. That kind of night. Carter Johnson, Drew Beam, Dakota Jordan, Daniel Egan, Josh Karen, Randall Diaz, Brian Holiday, Shen Eng Lin, Emil Morales, Griffin Herring, Grant Shepardson, Rafe Schlesinger, Ural Perez, Noble Meyer, Cooper Pratt, Braden Montgomery in action, and James Tibbs in tune. So even in the they don't usually come together in the Chrome. Braden Montgomery comes with Kurtz, and Tibbs comes with Culpepper. While we get ready for this last pack, like I mentioned earlier, I will be running a 2024 Topps Chrome football half case 6 hobby box break next Wednesday. That one is already posted in eBay. And this upcoming Sunday, same time, same place, we'll be back with some more Sapphire. So that's going to be another Jumbo, 2 Hobby, and Sapphire. That combination's been doing well for us. We're going to get a base autograph in this pack, and we're going to get another Sky Blue paper, this time Francisco Villarreal getting the hit, 405 of 499. Not a good night for color paper. Ethan Schiefelbein, Anderson, Chris Cortez, Braylon Dowdy, Griffo Farrell, Bryce Rayner, and Hagen Smith. Mike Sirota, Carson DiMartini, Rodney Green, Trey Snyder, Cody Shojanaga. All right, let's see. Our final 2 autos coming up. Braylon Dowdy, Griffo Farrell, again. On refractors now, Bryce Rayner and Hagen Smith. Mike Sirota, Carson DiMartini, Rodney Green, Trey Snyder. Our second to last auto is Connor Griffin base auto. Kyle Teal plasma powered. Man, if that would have been our last hit, that might not have been a bad one. I'd say this one is definitely in the top 25% of our breaks now, and maybe heading up towards the top 15% of our breaks. The number of big name hits that we have in this one on the board. Connor Griffin, Chase Burns, Hagen Smith, Carson Bench, Felnine Celestin, even the green plasma power, Seaver King, Kellen Lindsay, Cam Smith, Ben Hess. This has been a very, very consistent across the board. Nice hitting break. AUT wants that Zaire Hope color match now. Well, I don't think we could do that. I don't think there's Zaire Hope ink in this product, so that blue is going to be an autograph. So I don't think it's possible for it to be a Zaire Hope. But that Connor Griffin auto should send you home happy at least. Let's see, we have a Carson Bench plasma power on the bottom here. So that Blue Wave auto will be our last card of the break. We have, finally, a color besides sky blue on paper in our last pack. And it's going to be Nick Montgomery. Number 6 of 99 on the green paper of Montgomery. Chrome, we have Flewelling, Mitchell. Let's sneak some more Tibbs and Kalen Culpepper in there. Chase Harlan, Casey Cook, Jamie Ferrer, Eli Serrano, Aiden May, Blake Wright. Snuck another Bazana on the board there for Kaboom. Cash Mayfield. Refractors, we're going to get some big names here. Ben Hess, Tyson Lewis, Billy Amick, Cole Messina, Woody Hadeen, Eddie Reinards, Carter Matheson, Nate Dome, and our final hit of the break is going to be first pitcher. It's red. Can we get another Burns? Oh, Luke Holman. Luke Holman gives the tease to the Chase Burns spot. Number 99 of 150 for the 71st overall pick. So 2 Blue Wave autos tonight, both the second best pitcher for their respective teams, Johnny King and Luke Holman. A Trey Savage or a Chase Burns, and this break might have catapulted into the top 10% of our breaks ever of this product, but as is still one of our best breaks of this product. Let's finish sleeving these up. We'll shift over a couple of these cards before we start the recap. And I already mentioned the next 2 breaks. I also am thinking probably 2 Wednesdays from now, I'm going to run my remaining boxes of 2024 Bowman Chrome. So for Bowman Chrome fans, there will be one of those coming out. I'll run that one for the start of spring training. Little product mix up break, go with one of the earlier releases to celebrate the beginning of spring training. Although I'm guessing that a lot of those guys are so young that they probably are not getting invites. All right, let's get this recap in. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh yeah, a rough one for Bazana tonight. After all of the good ones we've had. All right, let's start the recap. So we have that Bazana, Griffin, Moore, Cags, Kurtz, Montgomery, Cags, Montgomery, Kurtz, Griffin, Cags again, Moore, Burns, Kurtz, Montgomery, Bazana, Moore, Burns, Griffin, Cags. So we had 2 Chase Burns Chrome, 2 Bazana Chrome, 3 Braden Montgomery Chrome, 3 Nick Kurtz Chrome. The New York City siren going on a little too late in the background. Connor Griffin, 3 base. Christian Moore, 3 base. And how many Cagliones did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Caglione base Chrome. That's a record. I'm pretty sure we've never pulled 5 base Chrome of anyone before. Thanks for joining, Darren. Thanks, everybody, for joining in case you're signing off before the recap. Getting to the rest of our top-loaded cards, we have a Nick Montgomery green paper, Luke Holman blue wave auto, Francisco Villarreal sky blue paper, Seaver King green plasma, Ty Southacene purple, Drew Beam teal wave, Casey Saki refractor auto, JD Dix base auto, Shedry Vargas lunar Fuchsia Lunar Crater, Connor Griffin Refractor, Eli Serrano Base Auto, Ryan Clifford Fuchsia Lunar Crater, Christian Moore Refractor, LP Langevin Sky Blue Paper, Billy Amick Refractor Auto, Brock Wilkin Lunar Glow, Fenwick Trimble Purple, Aiden May Green Grass, Dowell Joseph Sky Blue Paper, Johnny King Base Auto, Brandon Neely Purple, Camilo Diaz Fuchsia Lunar Crater, Walker Jenkins on the Intune Insert Refractor, Augustin Ramirez Lunar Glow, Chase Burns on the Intune Refractor, Leo DeVries Sky Blue Paper, Nate Dome Blue Color Match, True Blue Color Match Chrome, Cody Shojanaga Aqua Lunar Crater, Bryce Cunningham Base Auto, Alexander Albertus Sky Blue Paper, Johnny King Blue Wave Auto, Yoandre Vargas Fuchsia Lunar Crater, Connor Griffin Refractor, Clark Candiotti Lunar Glow, Cal Steven Purple, Rodney Green Teal Aqua Lunar Crater, Brian Holiday Speckle, Rainer Arias True Green, Braden Montgomery, and Jack Caglione Refractors. Why not? On Jack Caglione base night, get a refractor as well. Going to the back, we're going to go Ben Hess first, Ben Hess base auto, and Ben Hess True Blue. Cam Smith on the Plasma Power Refractor Auto, numbered to 99. Nice hit for a first rounder there. Connor Griffin on the base auto, another first rounder. Let's go Kellen Lindsay Refractor Auto next, number 197 of 499. Then I'm going to go – it's tough. That's tough between the Hagen Smith and Burns. I'm going to go Chase Burns. I'm going to say all else equal that these cards get replaced and they end up being better centering than they are. Chase Burns, number 1 of 50 gold for the second overall pick. Hagen Smith on the purple auto, 202 of 250. I guess the Felny and Cellison is still going to be the number 2. Number 1 of 5, Felny and Cellison, red in action auto. And Carson Benj, what I'm calling the hit of the night as a Homer Met fan call, number 69 of 199, teal wave auto. Congrats to Darren on that one. Congrats to everybody on some pretty nice hits across the board. And thanks for joining our Super Bowl night break. We will catch you guys back here for a bunch of breaking as we enter spring training. And have a good week until then. All right. Good night, everyone.